Awesome. All right, all right. I think we are live. It says live video is starting. You're live now. Technology, right? It's
Oh yeah,
amazing when it works.
when it works. Exactly.
Awesome, awesome. Well, good afternoon. 2:30. Yeah, it's 2:33. Sorry, we're a little late here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. My name is Razan, and I have Miss Jenna here with me today, founder of Every Day is Women's Day Natural Balance Healthcare, a holistic approach to wellness community. Welcome, Jenna.
Thank you.
So, yes, like today she is here to share a relaxing tapping technique that can soothe stress and crying. And because we already have so many amazing women that want to spotlight on Wednesday's giveaway, Jenna has agreed to give one lucky mama this body tapping technique, right?
That's right.
Awesome, awesome. But before we go there, I want to ask all of you for your help. The Pink Door Society is partner. I don't know if you guys remember, but she was Amanda. She's our very first coffee chat guest. And she is partnered with the Pink Door Society. They're also partnering with Bags Without Barriers in November to distribute diaper bags to women and new moms in need across Greater Toronto shelters. So, if you are anywhere in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, please reach out and donate diapers, baby food, wipes, blankets, maternity gear, or if you're not physically able to donate but still want to contribute, they also accept free session for therapy or coaching for moms, as well as, and this is my favorite part because it won't cost you anything, a handwritten kindness letter written by you. So your words matter, especially to someone in need of encouragement and love. So thank you, thank you, thank you in advance for all of you who want to join in and contribute. And let's get to it, Jenna. So start us off by telling us a bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I've spent the majority of my life being a career counselor and helping people that way. But I started having burnout issues back in about 2016, and I didn't know what to do about it. Doctors wanted me to be on medication, which is fine, but I knew that it wasn't a chemical imbalance for me. I knew it was situational, and I was trying to find ways to help my body and mind recover. And I
Mhm.
was introduced to BodyTalk through an osteopath of mine. And I was like, what the heck is body talk? And so that's where I learned that our bodies can heal themselves, but often because there's so much going on in our lives, our body and mind are being more reactive and just dealing with all the little fires that come up, and the big root fires are not being noticed because we're just overwhelmed, body and mind wise. So, yeah, I've been doing that for about 6 years now, and it's made a huge
Wow.
difference in my life, in friends, family, clients, everyone. And when I saw that you had posted something about um, wanting to hear from individuals who could help with new moms, I was like, hey, that is such a body talk thing. I have to say hello and, hey, do you want to try out even just a free tapping technique that everybody can do? And then at the end, we'll offer one actual full session to someone on your
In our
page. So
community.
yeah,
Yeah.
your
So,
community.
yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Jenna. So, can you tell me more or us more about like how does like body talk support mothers physically and emotionally? I know you probably can talk all day about it, but
I
just,
probably can, yeah. Yes. Well, I have a daughter. She's going to be 18 around Christmas time, and I didn't know body talk back then. But I did know sign language, and that really
Mhm.
helped a lot with her after she got to a certain age of being able to communicate. But prior to that, it was very stressful, right? It's very stressful to know if they're sick, how are they feeling? Like, what is hurting? What's not hurting? Why are they not breastfeeding today? What are all these issues? And of course, that creates a lot of stress on mom. And it's stressful to deal with, half the sleep you would normally get. It's hard to deal with, hey, I used to probably in a lot of cases work prior to being a mom. Not all cases. Some moms are lucky and get to stay home prior. Some of us want to be working, which is also another circumstance. I guess I shouldn't, kind of pigeonhole anyone, but there's this stress of going from one lifestyle to being a full-time mom, right? You pop little
Yeah.
baby out, and all of a sudden everything changes. And then there's the hormone changes. You were going through hormone changes while you were pregnant, and now everything's changed once babies come. So Body Talk's great for pre-baby and post-baby for sure. And then some of us struggle with postpartum. So Body Talk is basically quite a few techniques that are similar to other techniques out there in the world, but we've got our own sort of way of doing those techniques and we put them in a system. And those systems with muscle testing, I'll explain muscle testing in a sec, help us figure out what the body and mind and spirit's priorities are. Where does your body, mind, and spirit really need help right now to make us the most calm, the most collective, the most healthy that we can be? And yeah, so stop me if I get off on a
Yeah,
tangent here.
no, it's really
But
because like I've actually never really heard of it until 2 weeks ago. So I'm so, when you said it, when you wrote on the message saying that you're interested and then like the body talk, I was just like, what? Like, what is it really? Because I did see
mhm.
some people like going like this,
Oh,
like
okay.
but
Yeah.
on Instagram. So I don't know if it's similar. So, but yeah, anyways, you could
Yeah.
continue.
No, that's great. So, you might have heard of techniques like Reiki or emotional freedom technique. That's the tapping one. Or you might have heard of EMDR for trauma. It has to do with rapid eye movement. I never remember what EMDR stands for. And then there's acupressure points and Wei Chi and all these other things that are all health related, from Eastern to Western medicine and in between. We don't do those techniques, but we have techniques that are similar. And so,
Okay.
muscle testing, if you've ever heard about muscle testing related to food, where sometimes you'll see this thing where there's, let me see, how can I explain this? Our bodies know what is good for us, what's not good for us, but our brains don't, right? But our full on body does. So you might see some people use a pendulum for yeses and nos. You might
Mhm.
see um, people say they can stand, and if they kind of lean forward, it's a yes, and backwards, it's a
Yes, I've
no.
heard of that.
Okay, so there's all different techniques, but we do use a technique in Body Talk for that. And what we'll do, I don't think I can share my screen, but if you looked up the Body
Here.
Talk
Here,
system,
let me give you access so you can share your screen. One
okay,
moment.
yeah, I'm gonna show you a page. It's not my page, but it's one that
Yeah,
you
I
guys,
think you are good.
let me see. Oh, there we go. Let's see, is it already sharing, I wonder? I don't think
N
so,
Not
but
yet.
you'll give me options to share is what you're telling me.
It says who can
There it is, share
share. Yeah.
screen. And then
Mm-hmm.
I am going to share my screen that you are on. Share. Okay. And then we are going to pop on over. Oops, I control. This little bar likes to get in my way. Here we go. One sec. Okay.
One. Just kidding.
We'll move this back up here again. Okay, so with our yeses and nos, we'll go through this system, and you can see we have our five elements, which is Chinese medicine. We have our five senses. We have the subconscious or consciousness. We've got our organs, our hormone system, which is endocrines, our body parts that we look at, our chakras. I didn't know till Body Talk that we had 21 minor chakras. I thought there was only regular five, the seven. So that's kind
Yes.
of neat.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we look at the environmental factors. There are environmental factors like allergies and things, but there's also environmental factors like work. Work is an environment and it causes
Yep.
stress, right?
And sometimes
Oh,
family. Just kidding.
oh, yes. So, and then if we went further down the screen, we look at body chemistry. So if we're getting sick and we have a virus or something that's just not getting kicked out of our system, that could be because the body's just not focused on it. And we can bring focus and observation to that to say, hey, this is what needs to be worked on. So a body talk practitioner doesn't actually fix anything in you. We're sort of like an interpreter, and we actually help
Mhm.
identify what needs to be looked at. And we also look at what things together need to be looked at as a story or a formula. So, for example, I'm sick. So body chemistry comes up and it takes us over to, say, allergies. And then those allergies take us to oatmeal. And then we find out that we also have an active memory or a memory or an experience that is still in our system of sitting at the dinner table with our parents when we were 4 and they were having an argument and it stressed us out, and that's connected to the allergy, right? And then it could also be a fact of a breathing issue. We're not breathing well enough to let that stuff move through our system and leave our system. I'm just making this up because really you have to be in a session to actually know
Right,
what is
right,
what. But our bodies are not just body parts. Our organs are not just organs. Our brain is not just our brain. There's always things that connect together. So, for example, with a baby, say the baby had you had a birthing situation where there was a little emergency and mom got stressed and partner got stressed, and
mhm,
then baby's obviously feeling stress, and those things actually can carry on from there as a silent little trigger, right? And then let's say that feeding, you're having a difficult feeding day, maybe you got mastitis, who knows, right? And then that happens, and then all of a sudden it's a really hot day and baby's feeling overheated. Next thing you know, we've got hives break out, or we've got not sleeping well, or we've got colic going on.
yeah, I was just gonna say like colic as well.
Yes. So, I mean, it's not always, that intricate. It could just be that the baby is having difficulties with milk products, right? Like, I mean, it's not an
Mhm.
abnormal thing to happen, but usually there is some sort of thing, I would say on the majority of times. There's something connected to that colic. There's something connected to that sleep pattern. There's something connected to, um, you know, bowel movements even, right? Like there's
Right.
stuff. And with mom, if we want to get back into mom, maybe you were a high risk pregnancy, right? Or maybe you were younger and people weren't really ready, external people weren't ready for you to have a baby. And so, right? Or maybe you're considered a geriatric pregnancy. Like there's all these labels that people put on you that can cause you stress. Perhaps baby's not being held in entirely as well as you would like, and there's some spotting going on that can cause stress. And then you have a baby, and then you're not sleeping, and then your hormones are changing. So, body talk will help you get down without having to talk about it, without having to talk about your life history. Body talk will just pick up on what aspects of your life need to be connected together to be tapped out. And that
Wow.
tapping, you tap your head brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain, because we have
Mhm.
3 brains that science is now supporting. And it has to do with how much work each zone does. So, and then breathing's important, just like yogic breathing. You want all that breathing happening because it affects your cardio system, it affects your lymph system, it affects your um, oxygen levels, it affects everything. When we meditate, there's a breathing aspect to it, brings our blood pressure down. So I feel like I'm jumping around. So if we want to get to mums, mums, if you're not sleeping well, or when you sleep, it doesn't seem to feel like you feel any better, or your energy's running low, or stress is high. Maybe partner's not happy. Maybe you're unhappy because partner's not helping. All these things we keep held inside. And that holding inside affects not just you, but baby as well. Baby's reflecting that. Baby's not. Maybe they're happy as pie. But Body Talk will help you kind of feel more balanced, grounded, help the communication between all the parts of your body, and even deal with some past stuff that might be creating current stuff. So, and it's not invasive. We can even do it virtually. It's just a really neat uh, system to work with to help you bring you peace and bring you good health and just feeling all around
Amazing.
better.
And so with I'm just thinking that it's probably going to take more than one session just to kind of, figure things out. Or can you actually do this in just one sit down?
You actually can. It really depends on how much is involved in what's happening in your
Oh,
symptoms. So, for example, I was really struggling with neck and back pain this weekend. I've been having issues, and I can work on myself, which is fun. And not a word of a lie, I was sitting there, focused, trying to see what was happening. I figured, okay, was this, and this. Tapped it out, and the pain disappeared instantly. Now, in all my 6 years, that's never happened to me. I've never had immediate relief in pain, but in this one circumstance, yeah, it just went away. We've
awesome.
seen scars that people have had. Not myself doing it, but my one instructor. This person had quite the large scar, and it was quite defined. And within one session, it was gone. You saw it change color, and then you saw it actually disappear within 24 hours. So,
Wow.
but then some things will take longer if it's really tied into your entire life, your history, way back to childhood. Again, maybe boom, it's going to be done and you're going to feel amazing. Or maybe it takes 2 or 3 sessions. You never know. Um,
Right.
yeah,
Okay, cool. So for those mamas that are interested in connecting with you, learning more, how can they do that?
I'm going to stop sharing for a second here. Do, do, do. Makes it look like I'm looking at you now because I kept looking over to the side.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do have a website that I'm just reworking, so it's not great yet. But I will definitely leave that to be posted, I guess. I think if it's in the chat, it'll disappear, correct?
Yeah, we can post it on the once we finish,
Okay.
it will load on Facebook and then we can just put it as comments so
Hmm.
people can see it. And also they can definitely DM you, right?
Yes, I was going to say, I don't mind questions, like even a 20-minute phone call, and virtually if you're not in Ontario or you don't have long distance for some reason, we can do it that way too. Yeah, I'm happy to connect in any way, shape, or form because even if you don't work with me for Body Talk and maybe there's someone closer or you prefer hands-on and you don't live near me, I'm happy to share the information so you can find someone else that you'd like to work with because I just feel like Body Talk is that awesome.
Yeah,
So,
I love that. I love that because I'm the same way. Like, let's say if what I know doesn't like we can't connect because of whatever, but something I know that could help you, I want you to do that. Like, I want you to, you know, gain that knowledge and then ask away because then you know what you need to ask or what could really you think could help you, right?
yeah,
So, yeah,
for
amazing.
sure. Yep, and I was just gonna say, like, the more questions you have, and we like I am intuitive, and I have those yeses and nos to work with, right? So, even if you said, I have a few people that I'm wondering if I should go meet with, we can kind of connect for free and just go, yeah, I think this person would work best for you. You may want to start there, or you may want to try this first
Right.
before you do Body Talk, or yeah, because we're very much connected to the idea that all modalities are useful in some way, shape, or another. So
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So Jenna, amazing, amazing. I think before your last remarks, let's give one lucky lady in our group.
do we have time to do a simple tapping that everybody can do?
Oh my gosh, yes, let's do that. Let's
Okay,
do
cool.
that. And then after you have to think of a name and then
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, because the reason I reached out is because you can see it on the internet. We share it with everyone. There's no cost to it. It's free, right? And it helps with mom and baby. So if your baby's crying
Ooh,
and just can't be settled, they may have, blown a fuse in a sense and just need to be recalibrated. And it's so soft, comforting, and easy to do. I just feel like it
let's
needs
do
to be
it.
shared. And if mom's having a
Let's do
meltdown, excellent. Let's get that tapped out as well.
it.
So, not excellent about
Do
the
it.
meltdown, obviously.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So, we have our left brain and our right brain is what people often talk about. And what happens is when we get overwhelmed or we have a bad experience, you could have had a fight, an argument, baby just won't calm down, and you're like, oh, and you just can't think straight, or even mommy brain. You've been talking a lot about mommy brain. This is great for mommy brain. What's
Aliens
happening
have
is,
mummies.
yeah, even if without, yeah, that's true. So what happens is it's just the connections are not connecting, right? It's almost like on a breaker on your house or your apartment. It's popped, right? And you need to pop that sucker back so that the lights come back on when you blow a fuse, right? Or blow a breaker. So that happens with our brains and our bodies as well. So what we like to do is we're all kind of covered in this energetic field, Wei Qi. And um, what we want to do is kind of wake everything up in the brain, go hello, reconnect, and so we can flow. So, how we start is we want to be comfortable wherever we're sitting. And then we're going to take our one hand. Let's see, where's my camera? There we go. I'm just going to
It
see
doesn't
this.
matter which hand.
Doesn't matter which hand, left, right, whatever is dominant usually would
Okay.
be the placement hand, and the tapping hand
Okay.
is usually your dominant hand. So take your less dominant hand and you're going to place it at the base of your skull, right there. And that connects the left and the right side energetically, as well as physically. You feel that connection. And then you're going to take nice deep breaths and you're going to tap across both sides, just like this while we're breathing. One breath in, one breath out. And then go to our heart. One breath in, one breath out. And then our tummies could be around your belly button. For your gut brain, one breath in, one breath out. All right. And then you can take your second hand and place it above and remove the first hand. And same thing. And we're going to do that for head, heart, and stomach or gut. Okay. And then again, we're just going to cover each part of our brain slowly. I'm a little fast on my side. I can't help it. And next hand. And you tap right on top of your hand. Now, of course, with baby, you probably only need two hand placements because baby's head is so small.
Oh, so
Which
you do this to a
you can do
baby
it to
as
the
well.
baby
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah. And then the next one is
Fantastic.
gonna likely go over your forehead and still tap across both sides. Now, it seems so simple, you'd almost think, does this really even do anything? But it really does connect the left and right side of the brain and the brain to the body. So then we have this section here, which is our fight or flight portion of our brain. So we never want to forget this part. And we can take one hand off and go ahead and tap. Some of you may yawn. Some of you may hear gurgles. It's all the shifting. And then you switch hands. And it's
I
not
was
as
trying so
relaxing.
hard not to yawn there because I
Yeah,
saw
I
you
know, do
yawn.
it. Yeah, you want to yawn. So yawning is an indicator of shifting of your body, just kind of waking up and acknowledging what's happening.
Cool.
And that's the end. Now, with baby, maybe you're going to do this thing, right? Where you kind of take over the back of the head and over the top of the head. That might be one, and then tapping. One, it may even make it to the, I doubt it'll make it to here, because well, I have small hands. You can take a second one and do it over the forehead, and then you can just put your hands on each side of their little brains and just do the rest of it from here on each side. So I would love it if everybody would test that out on their little babies. Even their toddlers when they're having little meltdowns, and just if they could let you know and you can let me know how that turned out, see if the crying subsides, see if it maybe takes a couple rounds, you might do it twice, but babies love it, and toddlers love it, and it's just so great. And that's, like I said, for mom too.
Awesome. I'm so excited to try it on CJ. He's 3, so we'll
Yeah,
see. He doesn't really get like a bad tantrums. He's pretty good, but
yeah.
yeah, when he does, then I'll try it on.
Yeah, you may, he might be like, oh, what are you doing touching my head? But you know what? Here,
Exactly.
I'll give you a cuddle first. I know you're freaking out. Let's try this. Or you do it with mommy and see if he'll do it with you.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, Jenna. All right, so as I said earlier, before your last remarks, you have to name a name. I don't know if you've seen how many moms we have in the group, over 1,000. So I'm sure if you name a name,
It'll be in
we
there.
would have it.
Well, I have to say that I'm probably going to pick a white name, and I don't necessarily want to do that because I don't know a lot of, ethnic names, and that wouldn't be very fair. So give me 2 seconds and I'll pop on your page. And
No worries, no worry.
I do want to be equal here. Um,
That's
two
too funny.
seconds. Oops, your page needs to show up. Do that. Oops.
So while you're doing that, I just want to
Mm.
remind everyone that our giveaway is starting on Wednesday. And right now we have, I believe, eight lovely ladies, including myself, doing services worth over $2,800. $2,800 will be given to this one lucky mama, and all you have to do is invite a mom friend in our group so we can keep growing as a mom community, right? So also, our next coffee chat in about 3 weeks' time, we have Coach Mala. She will be talking about natural ways to get relief from pain and frustration of gastro disease. So watch out for that. She's if you have any questions, just you can DM me about it. We have lots of time. That's 3 weeks' time, just right after the giveaway, I guess. So yeah, all these fun stuff I have set up for you guys.
That
So,
sounds
have you found a
amazing.
name?
For some reason, tech issues cannot find your group all of a sudden. So are we able to just announce it
Yeah,
after?
yes,
Just so I'm fair.
absolutely.
I know it
Yeah,
would be
we'll
fun to
we'll do
do
it
it here.
after. No,
Okay.
no rush. No rush,
All
no rush.
right. Sorry
All
about
right, so I'll leave it up to you to do the wrap up and your last remarks.
Okay. I've lost my screen because I've been trying to. My gosh, I'm gonna do this blind, so I can't see you anymore, but that's okay. I just want to thank everybody. Body Talk, yes, you can look it up on www.bodytalksystem.com. And my website will post later. And definitely, if you can do the cortices, that technique we did is called cortices, the cortices technique. You can Google that as well, or you can just follow what we just did on this uh, quick interview coffee chat. But if you can try and do that once a day, they do say that it can change your entire system just by doing that once a day. If you have insomnia, you just can't shut mommy brain off at bedtime, do it before bed. If you have any questions, give me a message, give me a call from my website number. I'm happy to help because you're raising little people to be big people, and we need to be as healthy and happy ourselves as we can.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much, Jenna. And yes, we'll announce it in our thread of comments on this video on in the moms group. And yeah, like, thank you so much for everyone watching this. If you are watching it on replay, just type replay, and we'll see you all in our next coffee chat. Bye, Jenna.
Bye.